You are looking live at the Daytona International Speedway for the first ever test race of the Pummu Cup Series. I still don't know how to pronounce it, so there you go. We have 14 cars on the lineup today, some of the best drivers out there. And they are all ready to go for 20 laps around this 2.5 mile high banked beast. Who's gonna come out on top in the end of this one? Take your picks below, as we're going to get right into it. Here is your starting lineup. On the front row, you have the 87 of Connor Zilisch and the 84 of Jimmy Johnson. In row 2, you have the 5 of Kyle Larson and the 17 of Chris Buescher. In row number 3, you have the 19 of Chase Briscoe and the 18 of JB Stop Motions. In row number 4, you got the 77 of Carson Hocevar and the 21 of Harrison Burton. And in row number 5, you have the 20 of Christopher Bell and the 8 of Kyle Busch. In row number 6, you have the 40 of Justin Allgaier and the 9 of Chase Elliott. And the final row to start tonight's race, that's the 60 of Ryan Preece and the 24 of William Byron. That is your starting lineup for today's 20-lap test race. 14 cars, 20 laps, and one winner. Definitely keep an eye out for Kyle Busch in that 8 car. He is starting a little bit further back, and he's looking for his first win at Daytona since 2008. Connor Zilisch, Jimmy Johnson. This marks the start of a brand new series. 20 laps, 50 long miles. Are you ready? I'm ready. These drivers are certainly ready. And it's finally that time. The green flag is in the air. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Down into turn number 1, it's going to be Connor Zilisch pulling out front early. Jimmy Johnson quickly migrates to the top side of the racetrack, but no help with him. And here comes Kyle Larson and Chase Briscoe on the bottom. Zilisch leads the way, and here comes Jimmy Johnson back to the outside. They're going to go wheel to wheel going into turn number 3. Connor Zilisch, the one and only Trackhouse representative in the field here, and he's sticking around full time. Let's see if he can start things off with a victory. This race does not count towards points, therefore it is a test race, so points will be given out on Sunday when it's actually race time. And Connor Zilisch leads lap number 1 with Kyle Larson on his bumper. Briscoe gets a little squirrely right there. Larson migrates to the top. No, goes back down to the middle. He tried to get down to the bottom, but Briscoe slammed the door. Briscoe, the pole sitter of the real-life Daytona 500, will be back here at the Daytona International Speedway for race number 1 to kick things off. Briscoe now on Zilisch's bumper. The bottom clear by 2 cars. Does Kyle Larson go up top for help with Jimmy Johnson, or does he stay in the middle? It looks like he's going to stay in the middle. Now 3 cars on the bottom are clear. Zilisch moves up to the middle. That's going to leave Briscoe leading the bottom lane. He's got Carson Hocevar and Christopher Bell behind him. Zilisch now goes up to the top, and Briscoe, I believe, led the lap right there. 2 laps complete, 18 to go. Briscoe about a half a car length ahead of Zilisch, and now he's clear. Is Carson Hocevar going to make a move? I think they're just going to log some laps for right now until we get a little closer to the end of the race. That's when things are going to get chaotic. And Christopher Bell moves up to the middle, and he's going to get help from the 5 of Larson, as it looks like the 24 of Byron is falling behind, as now Ryan Preece, the 3rd car in line on the bottom, and he is clear of Zilisch. Things are getting really squirrely back there. 3 wide, multiple rows deep, and oh, here we go, a big crash. Busch is in it, Bell's in it, car upside down, that's Kyle Larson. Preece in the wall, Zilisch upside down. Larson got flung backwards. JB Stop Motion's upside down. Bell flipping violently. And that's going to bring out the red flag. A huge crash coming out of turn number 4. Let's look at a replay. And Kyle Busch tried to make it 4 wide and was not clear. And Larson getting flung backwards. Multiple cars upside down. I do believe some of them will be able to keep going. Harrison Burton looks to be okay. I don't know how William Byron missed the 20. These guys can choose to just take it back to the garage, or they can try to continue. They can reset 3 times totally. After that, they're done. We're ready for the restart now. 3 laps in. Chase Briscoe, Carson Hocevar lead us back to the green. Coming through the tri-oval, it's going to be the 19 of Briscoe by a nose with the lead. He is now a car length clear. Here comes Chris Buescher and company. William Byron now leads the middle as Hocevar migrated to the top with absolutely no help behind him. Busher, Burton, Allgaier on the bottom. Briscoe moves up to the middle. Hocevar somehow has a run. I don't know how because he has no help. But then again, the physics in this game don't make sense. Does Briscoe go out to block? No, he does not. And here comes Chris Busher on the bottom. Harrison Burton in tow. And then it's the 40 of Allgaier giving a huge shove to the 21. Does Burton pass that on to Busher? No, he does not. He backs off a little. And now we are 3 wide for the race lead. Briscoe had it at the line, but Hocevar and Busher are right there. Now the 24 Byron has closed in on Briscoe to try to help him out. They both think about going up top. Briscoe's still thinking about it. He's trying to juke out the 24 as now Busher has the lead. And he is clear by about a car length. Briscoe trying to come back in the middle. Usually that is the sucker hole. But once again, because drafting, it's not. Bell moves up to the top. And now he goes back down to the middle. Harrison Burton trying to get close enough to give a push to the 17 car, as now they are about 2 cars clear. Never mind. Burton backs out of the gas a little bit right there. Busher still leading the way, as he is now clear by about a car length. Here comes Burton trying to give a shove, and he does so. He gets out a little further. That bottom line is dominating right now. But will that stick throughout the rest of the race? You never know. Harrison Burton now ditches Busher and moves up to the middle. Allgaier and Bush on the bottom with Chris Busher. The top line trying to get moving. As now Briscoe is now helping Harrison Burton. He's returning the favor from earlier. Byron right on the back bumper of the 19. He's giving a huge shove, and they're going to go 3 wide for second. Who's going to have it off of turn number 4? They're dead even, I believe. Yep, that's Briscoe. And who's going to lead the lap? Busher. Briscoe now pulls even to the 17 with the help of William Byron and Christopher Bell. And now they're trying to give him a push to the race lead, but Busher's got the momentum on the bottom. William Byron trying to make it 3 wide. It's not going to work. Briscoe has the lead for now. He goes up to the top. That was his mistake. Busher takes back the lead. They're still side by side. Busher's got the run. Just kidding. No, he doesn't. That's Briscoe. Byron now leads the middle. He's trying to get a run to the race lead. He started last, and now he's up in the top 3. He's up to second now. Here comes Allgaier to give a push to the 17 car, and he keeps the lead for now. Here comes Briscoe with a big run from the help of the 21. Who leads the lap at the line? It's going to be Busher. That was close right there. Byron getting a little squirrely in the middle. And here he comes to the lead momentarily right there. But Busher's got help from Allgaier, who's right on his back bumper. And now they are clear once again, and Busher's got a comfortable lead over the rest. Here comes Briscoe back around the outside, and now we're 3 wide to the lead. Briscoe's got it on the top. Still side by side for second going into 3. Busher with help from Allgaier. He's sideways. The 17 goes around right in front of the pack. Byron's gone. He's on his side. He's up and over. Byron flips it. Briscoe gets involved. Harrison Burton upside down. Larson gets involved late. And the caution is back out. Another big wreck taking out half the field. Busher went up. Byron said no. Busher tried to save it but failed and hard into the outside retaining wall. And then Byron flips her over. And that's pretty much all she wrote. It was a chain reaction from there. Burton with a big flip. I believe that was actually Kyle Busch that got turned right there. No, it wasn't. I don't know who it was then. So it was Carson Hocevar, and I guess he had too much damage to continue, and he didn't want to race to reset. It's a test race anyway. We're ready for the restart. Everybody else has reset their car. Larson and Burton are on their final reset. We are green. Into the tri-oval is going to be the 40 of Justin Allgaier leading the way. Kyle Busch on the outside in second. Allgaier tried to go up top right there. I guess he faked it, or he just changed his mind. But look at Jimmy Johnson. He's back up to third after being involved in that lap 3 crash. Allgaier clear by about 3 car lengths now. Kyle Busch trying to get a run on the top, and he's trying to take this win. 2008 was the last time he won here at Daytona. Unless you count the Chris Craft Cup Series Daytona 500. I don't count it because that was diecast. Anyways, back to the race. They're getting squirrely back there still. Busher looks to the inside of Byron. Allgaier still leading. Burton and Byron making contact. They get together. Byron's around and up and over once again. This time way more violently. and the caution is back out. We didn't complete the circuit, so there will be 12 to go on this next restart. Look in the back. Oh man, it looks like the 21 just turned right up the track and dumped Byron into a nasty crash. Those two didn't have any history earlier, so I didn't know what that was for. We're ready for the restart, though. Byron has pulled it into the garage. Allgaier and Busch lead us back to green. Allgaier with the better jump once again on the bottom, and he's going to lead us into the tri-oval. I think at this point is where things are going to get a little bit chaotic. We're almost halfway home, and we're already down to only 8 cars, so I think these guys are going to take it easy till the end. Allgaier leads the bottom. Jimmie Johnson in tow. And I believe that is the 19 of Chase Briscoe in third in line. Kyle Busch to the top with no help, and Christopher Bell leads the middle. This has already been quite the race we've had. Very, very good racing. Lots of lead changes already. And now Johnson and Briscoe migrate to the middle. Leaving Allgaier all alone, Johnson goes back down to the bottom. Allgaier still leading the way. Here comes Kyle Busch with a run, even though he's got no help. Like I said, physics in this game do not make sense. Is Briscoe going up top? No, he is not. And Allgaier tried to fake out Jimmie Johnson right there. He keeps it on the low side of the track. And now those two are clear of Kyle Busch once again. Now Briscoe tries to go up and he fools Christopher Bell. But Bell, I believe, wanted to stay up there. Or actually, he can't get down because Larson's blocking. Allgaier and Johnson are pretty much tandem drafting on the bottom. Not quite. Johnson's not giving a huge push, but they're by themselves on the bottom. Here comes Briscoe back down. He's side by side with Kyle Busch for third, and I believe Briscoe's got it on the bottom. Does Briscoe go back up? No, he does not. He's been making me think that he goes up, and then he just doesn't. And now Jimmie Johnson moves up. Allgaier leads the lap. We are halfway home. And here comes Chase Briscoe on the bottom. He pulls even with Jimmie Johnson, and now he's going to have the edge for second. Harrison Burton in tow in the bottom line, right behind the 19. Bell moves down low. Does Chase Briscoe help out the 40? No, he does not, because Allgaier ditches the bottom, and he moves up to the middle, now to the very top. And that will leave Chase Briscoe with the lead on the bottom as he gets the push from Harrison Burton. These two have been working together almost all race long, and now they're clear by at least 2 car lengths. Chase Briscoe moved to a new team when SHR shut down at the end of 2024, and he's doing great right now, leading the pack as we're nearing the closing stages of this race. Now Allgaier's got some help from Kyle Busch to try to get a run on Briscoe. It doesn't work, as now Harrison Burton moves up to the middle. That leaves the 2 Toyota Joe Gibbs teammates on the bottom. Allgaier gets a little squirrely up top as they are 3 wide for second. They're still pretty much dead even halfway down the backstretch, and I believe Allgaier's got it. Yes, he does, and now we're 3 wide for the race lead. Harrison Burton looking to lead a lap. He hasn't done so all night, and he's trying to do so right now. Briscoe's got too much momentum on the bottom, though, and here comes Burton. Does he take the race win away? I don't know, because we still got a little bit of ways to go, as Harrison Burton is going to lead the lap. We are still 3 wide for the race lead. Chase Briscoe with the run on the bottom. Does Harrison Burton make a comeback in the middle? Allgaier tries to go down, but he's too late for that. The hole is closed. Briscoe leads the way over Harrison Burton and Christopher Bell. That is your top 3 as it stands. Never mind, here comes Harrison Burton with a big run, and now he's got the lead down the back chute. With huge help from the 84 Jimmie Johnson. Does Burton move down? No, he does not. Here comes Christopher Bell to help out his teammate. Burton moves up top. And does Jimmie Johnson follow him? No. Johnson is trying to win his own race right now, as they're going to go 3 wide once again for the race lead. At the line, it's going to be Chase Briscoe leading the lap. We got 7 laps remaining in this one. Can Chase Briscoe hold on? Harrison Burton giving him a big run for his money on the top. Briscoe now clear. Everybody else 3 wide for position. Jimmie Johnson trying to side draft around the 21. Briscoe moves up. And here comes Christopher Bell on the bottom. Now Burton around the outside with the push from the 40. The 21 is clear. Here comes Briscoe once again with help from the 84 Johnson. Briscoe and Burton dead even right now. Briscoe's got the edge for right now by about half a car length. And here comes Burton with another push from the 40. Going 3 wide for the race lead once again. No, we are not. Not just yet. Harrison Burton is going to lead the lap over Briscoe and then Allgaier. Does Burton move back down? No. We're now 3 wide for 4th. Here comes Kyle Busch. Now going to try to help out the 40 of Allgaier. As Harrison Burton is clear as of now. Here comes Seabell on the bottom. Trying to go 3 wide with Briscoe and Burton. Not quite just yet. Here comes Briscoe. And no, a push from Allgaier. Harrison Burton clear by 2 car lengths. But now the question is, can he hold off Justin Allgaier, Chase Briscoe, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch? Is this going to be shades of his first career Cup Series win? It may just be possible. Briscoe trying to get a run, but he doesn't have help. And Harrison Burton leads as 5 laps to go. All Harrison Burton has to do is hold on for 5 more laps. He may have to frantically block lanes, but right now, as it stands, Harrison Burton is the fastest car on the racetrack. Seabell starting to fall back, and Briscoe and Allgaier almost get together. They go side by side, dead even, and it's going to be Allgaier with the position. And here he comes to the outside, trying to get a run on Burton. Can he do so in turn number 3? Here comes Briscoe back on the bottom. And Jimmy Johnson now trying to give some help to the 21. He's not close enough, though. Here comes Briscoe and Allgaier. Harrison Burton holds on for this lap, but it may not last. No, it's going to be Allgaier, I believe. Yes, Allgaier leads the lap. That was close. 4 laps remain. This is going to be a chaotic finish. Literally anything can happen in these last 4 laps. There could be a huge crash, and maybe Jimmy Johnson steals the win. Chris Buescher could come back from an incident earlier and win it. Literally anything can happen. Heck, maybe Connor Zilisch in the Red Bull car will come back, run 20-second laps, catch up with all this laps, and catch up to these guys and steal it. Red Bull does give you wings after all. It could happen. Literally anything is possible here at Daytona. Harrison Burton now clear once again. Sorry about that rant. But anyways, here comes Briscoe on his quarter panel. Burton goes down the block. No, he does not. 3 laps to go in Daytona. Here comes the 40 of Justin Allgaier with a push from Kyle Busch. And they're going to go 3 wide for the race lead. Jimmy Johnson gives a push to the 21, and now he's clear once again. Never mind. No, he's not. Here comes Briscoe. Side by side. Briscoe leads it off of turn number 2. Moves up to the top to try to get a shove from the 40 of Justin Allgaier like it happened earlier. Does he give it? Yes, he does. A huge shove from the 40. Is it enough to keep the lead, though? No, it is not, as Briscoe's got the momentum on the bottom. Coming out of turn number 4, it's going to be 2 laps to go here in Daytona. Things are going to be chaotic here in these last 2 laps. Who's going to lead it? It's going to be the 21 by about a quarter of a car length. Allgaier giving the push once again, and that's going to pay off. He's clear. Or not quite, going down into turn number 1. Briscoe's now got help from his teammate. The 19 with the edge over the 21 now. Bell moves up to the middle as he's got second. No, he does not. Here comes the 40 and the 21. This is shaping up to be an insane finish. Allgaier giving a huge shove to the 21. And now he's clear of the 19. Here comes Buescher to help out Briscoe. Harrison Burton clear. Allgaier moves down. We're coming to the white flag. Burton sideways. He's into the catch fence and it's on fire. A huge flip for Harrison Burton. We do stay green because this is the game. He's all right. And we are now 3 wide on the last lap. Here comes Kyle Busch. He's had a quiet day. Can he maybe steal it? Briscoe leads the way on the bottom. Justin Allgaier has no help in the middle, trying to side draft to get back around the 17. Does he move up for help from Kyle Busch? No, he doesn't. And this is where the sucker hole comes into play. Briscoe moves up to the middle. Here comes Busch. Here comes Buescher. Into turn number 3. Is it going to be a 3 abreast photo finish? Briscoe off turn 4 for the final time. Here comes Buescher on the inside. Who is it going to be? Briscoe's around. Larson's upside down. Coming to the line. Who's it going to be? A photo finish. And it's too close to call. Who won it? It was between the 8 and the 17. Let's take a look at the replay of the last lap. And, of course, Harrison Burton's big crash. Let's start with Burton's big crash. He just got sideways. Oh, my God, that was a brutal hit. Thankfully, he's all right, as he got out pretty much as soon as the car stopped. And then this was an absolutely chaotic last lap. Allgaier didn't have any help, so he lost all his momentum that he had. He had the lead at the line, but he lost it pretty quick as Briscoe and Buescher and Jimmy Johnson dominated the bottom. But then this is where the two Kyles came into play. Larson gave a huge push to Kyle Busch. That allowed him to get a big run, and he pulled even with Buescher. Briscoe moved up to the middle. He knew that he may have been in trouble because Buescher and Kyle Busch were right there. And then this is the ultimate plot twist. A piece of debris still sitting on the track ends Briscoe's fantastic day. Larson flips it, and then coming to the line, let's slow it down. It's Busch versus Buescher, and at the line, it's Kyle Busch! Barely! By 0.003 of a second, Kyle Busch wins it. Your race results are being shown on your screen now. Man, what a race that was. Even though that was just a test race and it didn't even count for points, that was absolutely incredible. Those drivers all drove it like it was for the championship. So, ladies and gentlemen, with the results we had today, the test was a success. Race number 1 will be held on Sunday. Man, what a race that was. Kyle Busch came out on top in the end. What a race that was. Unfortunately, it did not count for points, so Kyle Busch does not get the points lead. Sorry, CNR Network, but it's not how that works. Congratulations to Kyle Busch on an absolutely incredible race victory. We'll be back here at Daytona for the Daytona 50. Another 20-lapper. This time, it counts for points. We'll see you there on Sunday. But that's all I got today. Chris Crass signing out.